Good afternoon and welcome. There's no place like your home. So, if you follow me, you do know that I'm all about saving money every which way, whether it's in decorating my home, my clothing, or even with food and cooking. And I think that when we do cook from home and try to make as many things from scratch, we're not only saving money, we're saving a lot in preservatives and additives and ingredients that half of them we can't even pronounce. So we're not too late for the pumpkin spice season here, and I want to welcome you then to my cooking show aspect of my program. So I've just perked my coffee. Now, if you are like me, you love coffee, and it's probably my one vice right now in life, but I do really enjoy it. Whether it's decaf, regular, or even flavored, those are good coffees as well. But I've just brewed a little pot because it's about that time of day that I could use a pick-me-up. And I want to give you a very simple, healthy pumpkin spice recipe for your coffee. So I know those, to-go stores and the fancy coffee shops, I mean, they're great, but if you really, look at their ingredients, they're heavily laden with sugar. And if you are following a keto diet, that's really not the best, thing to be having a lot of, the sugars and the carbs. So I personally I'm almost keto, as I say. I just really cut out the carbs, cut out the alcohol, and really try to limit the sugar, which is still a temptation. So I understand, but for a healthy alternative, I want to share with you. Now, this was when I went to Walmart, they only had their brand of whipping cream. So this is, pure cream. And what I've used is this little canister of mine with my like little bullet blender. And I already blended it up because the noise is just so loud for the camera. But anyway, I made some whipped cream, and you can see there it is, and just got that blended in. And then I added pumpkin pie spice, and this is the brand that I use, the organic, great value. And when I taste this, I've got a very good pumpkin pie spice flavored cream. Now there's no sugar, and that might be something you have to get used to, or maybe you could put a little bit of sugar in your whipped cream if you are so inclined. At this stage of the game, I'm not. So I just put my cream in my mug, which as I said, I already whipped up. And I'm going to pour my coffee over my cream. Make sure I get that on camera. And I've got an absolutely lovely cup of pumpkin spice coffee. I haven't spent hardly any money, so I'm saving money by making it myself. There aren't all of the extra ingredients and sugars in this either. So again, that's the purpose of my channel, is just giving you ways to save every which way, whether it's calories, whether it's on your health, even our mental health, the decorating, my clothing, everything. The goal is to keep that money for me in the bank, to be saving as much as possible. So this is a great alternative to the fancy coffee stores, and I found a cute little mug at the Dollar Tree. So I feel very satisfied with such a simple pleasure, and I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I've got to taste it here. I like it. I think it's good. So I hope you'll give it a try. Again, you're just whipping some heavy cream, and if you didn't already know this, if you would add salt to this instead, you would be making butter. If you want to make traditional whipped cream, you would add a little bit of sugar and possibly vanilla for you know, a dessert topping. So anyway, again, it's just the plain whipped cream with the pumpkin pie spice. Whip that up. You can even shake it. You know, get a little container with a nice firm lid on it and just shake it until it becomes the cream. Another thing I want to share with you in making my coffee, if you can, I always use the brown unbleached filters. I go with the natural filters. Again, you know, we don't know everything, but I just try to take as many precautions as I can, you know, in how I prepare food, what I'm eating, and I think these are a pretty good idea. Another thing too I want to share with you is the season for the pumpkin spice. You know, the fragrances in the air, just the whole feel of fall and how good it makes us feel. And what I do, instead of buying the scented candles or the oils or the sprays, which as I've come to understand are not good for us, for the environment or for our respiratory system, I just boil some water, and I have a little bit of hot water here in my pan. You can see that steam coming up. And I don't use a whole orange because it's food, but I take a couple slices of orange and drop those in the pan. I have cinnamon sticks, and then I've even topped this off with a little bit of ground cinnamon. Now, as cranberries become available too, I'll throw in the cranberries. And I have a organic, natural fragrance for my home that just gives it a wonderful smell this time of year. So I'm sure there are other fruits and spices that can be used at different times of the year, but this is just a lovely, almost free way to have your home smell delightful this time of year. So as always, I hope you like my channel. I hope I've given you a good tip, no matter what that may be. If you like my channel, please hit like and subscribe. Leave your comments. Feel free to share. And again, we're here to make our homes, you know, unique and special like the people that we all are. So I will see you again, and I am going to enjoy my cup of coffee. Nothing like it.